And she's like, yeah, and she goes on and yaps. Typically, women are my favorite sales.
They're yappers.
Yeah. And they build the why for you. As long as you just ask the right questions, they'll continue going on.
This is Harsh, and this is Andres. Just a few months ago, they quit their dead-end jobs and are now making $20 to $50K a month selling life insurance. And they're only 19 years old.
But third month in, we did 49,000, so. Because I just got off of a 26K a week. It was like my highest of highs.
In this episode, we will go deep on the untapped sales strategies Harsh and Andres are using to hit $250,000 in sales in their first year of life insurance. So you guys just got done both closing a deal?
Yes, sir.
What'd you sell?
654.
AP?
Yeah.
Nice.
GI dub.
Little
$500 income though.
Wow.
Broke it down to the toiletries on what she's spending on that because she's on assisted living.
Mm-hmm.
Found out she's keeping around $300. Got her a $50 a month policy.
Yeah. What I've noticed with people that are on Social Security and fixed incomes is they do have a lot of help with food stamps. They have a ton of help with like Section 8 housing. And we don't realize, like, dude, I had this client that was making $500 a month and her rent was $82.
Smooth.
And she didn't pay for anything. No food, no gas, no car. She's like, I have $400 left with. I sold her a policy for $120 a month. And that's what was important to her. She didn't spend any of her money.
Yeah. She's got help with literally everything.
Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of training lately, really tactical, really in-depth. What's one or two things that you've taken away from the trainings the last couple of days?
So what's really helped me out is when you said you were breaking down the income. Because I just got off of a 26K a week. It was like my highest of highs. And then the week right after, I bought premiums, FEX, so like not veterans, nothing like that. So everyone's incomes were so low.
Mm-hmm.
And I only ended up closing 1,300. And I was like, what's the issue? It was everyone was bringing in 800 a month, 1,000 a month. And then ever since you went over that meeting, I'm at 5K right now. Same leads.
Let's go. Same leads.
Same leads.
Different process.
Yeah.
And so what are you adding now into your presentation that's different? Are you just sitting inside of the numbers more?
Exactly. Breaking everything down.
So
assuming they have EBT, if they're in Section 8.
Okay. So pretend I'm the client. How do you structure it? Like, I'm going to go through your budget. What does that word track look like for you?
Okay, Wiley. And are you currently retired or still working?
Yeah, I'm retired.
You're retired. Okay. Now, how much would you say you bring in per month? Just a ballpark.
Like $850 a month. Yeah.
And are you in Section 8 right now?
Yeah, I definitely need it.
Okay. And I'm assuming you get food EBTs and food stamps, right?
Yep.
Okay. And how much is that?
Pretty much covers everything in terms of like my food and whatnot.
Okay. And how much are you paying for the Section 8 right now?
What's my rent?
Yeah.
It's like $180.
Perfect. And then from there, I just go on for groceries, car.
Yeah.
Usually I don't have cars.
And do you ever get any pushback?
No.
With
really.
this lady that I just closed, all the way down to toiletries, deodorant, that whole stuff. And it's like, if you ask it in a chill way, no way they're going to give any pushback.
So like, since you're Mr. Nonchalant, what does that look like?
I'm actually not on the phones. I'm like very personable with people on the phones, depending on how they're coming off with me. Like if they're just a stuck up person, it's just like, at the end of each month, how much would you say you're typically saving? Well, nothing. Okay, sir, what are you paying for rent? It's $1,200 a month. Got it. And at the end of the rent, with your utilities, the light and the gas, I know that gets super expensive. How much is that coming out to? It's $300 a month. And then from there, you're able to just narrow it down to groceries and really truly find out what policy will fit them.
I want you guys to start adding this in, like for real. And so start asking them like, how much roughly are you putting away every single month? And some people it's zero. You know, most people it's gonna be $100 to $300. You're like, awesome, perfect. And what are you setting that aside for? Most people just say an emergency fund in case something bad happens. I'm like, okay, perfect. So obviously we never know when we're gonna die. That's an emergency. So what most people do in your situation is they allocate a portion of what they save into a policy. Does that make financial sense for you, sir? Well, it depends on how much it is. Okay, perfect. As long as everything makes sense, are you willing to allocate, call it, and I'll kind of know the quote just based on their age in their head, and so I'll call out a number a little higher. A number like right between $150, $200 from what you save into guaranteeing your family's safety. And there, like that's when we get to really have a conversation, because you can tell if there's hesitancy, or you can tell if they're like, yeah, like that would make sense. And so then right there, you've gotten the close. You just need to price out the best option for them. But if y'all could start leaning into what people save a little bit more, that's going to be crucial.
Another thing I took away from Zach T this morning was you have to find out how much the beneficiary is making.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So important. And sometimes I'd kind of skip over it just because I was unaware. And I was able to find out this guy worked at a warehouse. So I'm like, that's exactly why you were looking into this. He has enough bills for himself, providing for both of you guys. I'm assuming you needed this to get put in place to avoid, his name was James, coming $10,000 to $15,000 out of pocket because you want to avoid the cremation. You want to get buried, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah. And she goes on and yaps. Typically, women are my favorite sales.
Because they're yappers?
Yeah. And they build the why for you. As long as you just ask the right questions, they'll continue going on.
Yeah. What's cool is, like, the more you know about the beneficiary, because our responsibility is to stand up for the beneficiary that cannot speak during the call. And so we speak for them. We speak for their life. So let's say beneficiary works at a Dairy Queen and they're a manager. They have 2 kids, recently got done with the divorce 3 years ago. They're just getting their life back on track. They live 2 states away. That means they have to take time off of work when they pass. This is even outside of just covering the $10,000. Time off of work. What are they going to do with the kids? Do they have the funds set aside to go and handle their mother or father's affairs for 2 weeks? But that's the type of questions that if you ask somebody, you really begin to paint a picture of, like, got it, so they're going to take 2 weeks off of work. Okay, so now what do they do with the kids? Oh, could they pull them out of school? Oh, they can't pull them out of school. Who's going to stay back? I don't know. Do you have that luxury? No, I don't, honestly. Could you take 2 weeks off? Or would that really hinder, the beneficiary's budget? Oh, no, it'd be really hard. Okay, so why don't we look at this? Let's bare minimum get the final expenses taken care of, and then let's add an extra 10 just to account for this type of miscellaneous stuff,
100%.
So have you guys been doing a better job of that lately?
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
For sure, because before it was just super surface level, just finding out how much they're making, how much they thought they were saving. In reality, it's not what they're saving at all. They just throw out like a ballpark, and if you really break down their budgets, it's never what they tell you.
Never. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's our job to properly dissect problems and properly ask questions to get to the root of the issue. So that's good. Now, what are your guys' best issue paid months?
49,000.
Fire, dude. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because before this, what were you doing?
Working at a hospital as a nursing assistant.
Isn't that insane?
That's insane.
What was your expectation of working here? Like, what did you think before you got into it?
Honestly, it was a little different. Like, I knew I was going to be good because I always had this thought, or I knew that if I keep doing something, I'm going to be like one of the best at it, right? I've always been like that with anything I do. So I knew I was going to be good. It was going to take some time. But 3rd month in, we did 49,000. So that just showed me that there's so much more possible.
So did you have any doubt or fear about this industry overall?
Not at all.
Was it because Andres was in it and validating it for you?
That as well. And I know it's like, would I rather go to school, because I was going to go to school for CRNA. Would I rather go to school 8 years, go into debt, then start making $250,000 a year?
Yeah.
Or just drive this out, maybe a couple months, don't make money, but then eventually make money, because everyone's doing it.
Yeah, dude, that's good, bro. I'll tell you a crazy story. So I dropped out 3 semesters in, right? And all my buddies thought I was insane because they're like, well, we're going to have a good paying job, and college is what everyone says, hey, you're going to be successful if you do it. And then I was stuck, bro, broke as a joke, no skills to hold on to, and no real job. And then I found sales, but sales doesn't feel like a real job when you begin it. I mean, you're Indian, bro. It's like you're supposed to be a doctor, run a freaking 7-Eleven, or
some type of business, or
some type
medical
of
field
business. Like,
job.
those are the only 3 options. Like, you have to run a business, or you have to make money.
Exactly. That's why I'm still in school, just to get a degree, just to show it to my mom. That's the only reason.
And so, dude, for 3 years, I grinded extremely hard in life insurance, and I built something that was tangible. And I also picked up all these skills that I put into my tool belt. And then when all my buddies were graduating, they had a piece of paper that claimed they accomplished something. But then they are still looking to go and find something with this piece of paper, like, hey, I did this. But the job market's like, no, we're not paying you based on the paper, but the skill set and the problems that you solve. And most of my buddies were calling me, but it's interesting for me because I got to be a witness of 4 years in the business world. It was 3 for me. I was close to being a millionaire at that point. And my buddies were coming out with debt or just a diploma and nowhere to go. And so I think it's really cool for you too, bro. Like, even though you're still in school, you get the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
You know?
Mhm.
What would you say to that guy that's in college right now that's, you know, a business major?
Honestly, if your parents aren't forcing you to be in college, just go into sales.
Would you drop out if mom wasn't, you know?
100%. That's the only reason I'm doing it for her.
Yeah. What does she think about this?
She loves it.
What does she think about her beta?
She loves it for sure. Cause I showed her the deposits and she's like, oh wow, that's pretty crazy.
So she's a supporter?
Oh, 100%. But she
That's
still
good.
wants me to get a degree at the end of the day. It's just an Indian thing.
Yeah, for sure. And do you plan on doing that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So how are you managing going to college full time and doing this, bro? Because I've never seen you do schoolwork a day in my life.
Yeah, I just set
I
a
don't see it
schedule.
either.
Do you ever see it?
So
Part of
I
it.
set a schedule. So we
What, 15
typically,
minutes on the toilet to do your freaking algebra and
I
then
mean,
call it
if
a
you
day?
have to be super intentional.
Right.
But we tend to wake up at 4:30.
Super intentional.
Right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, today we did not wake up at 4:30. But usually we wake up at 4:30, and usually I read the Indian Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and then I do some homework. And by the time we're ready, at like 5 o'clock, we leave for
Oh,
the
so you
gym.
do homework early in the morning.
Yeah, I kind of space it out. So I do a little bit in the morning, then some when I get back home. And then when I'm dialing at the office, it's 8.5 hour intentional timing. If we use the bathroom, if we go eat, we pause the timer. But whenever we're dialing, we hit 8.5 hours. Whether you get a close, whether you get 10 closes.
And how do you guys track that 8.5?
We use the timer app.
And so, like, if I come up to you and I start talking to you, do you turn off the timer?
I pause it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how long does it take you to typically hit 8.5 hours of dialing? Is it like 12 hours so you got 4 hours in between? Or like how many hours are you actually working to get the 8 intentional?
We get here at 8:30,
Mm-hmm.
and then we end up leaving at like 8 p.m. And like, we typically don't bullshit. We're not really walking around talking. We're working.
Yeah.
So just because the bathroom breaks, water, eating, it still takes that long.
Yeah,
to hit
training,
8.5.
side conversations, lunch.
Exactly.
So it takes 12 hours to do 8.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's amazing because I found a lot of slumps in my career, and also when I see agents that aren't doing the numbers they should be. They're like, well, I'm showing up. Well, I'm here at 8 and I leave at 8 and I'm making the phone calls. And then you go ahead and you look at their call log and you see they only made 180 calls in 12 hours.
Exactly.
What'd you do in between all those? Sat, looked at your phone, had conversations to the side that don't matter. Like, I don't know, went on a walk, strategized. People were like, oh, I'm going to build out a plan, or I'm going to build this. And it's like, yeah, that's retarded.
Yeah.
You know, like-
we can get here at 10 and leave at 7 and still do more work than somebody that gets here at 7 and leaves at 10, you know?
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And so you came in, and was this harder or easier than you expected?
That's a good question. In the beginning, it was a bit harder because I've never been in sales. I was always an introvert, so I was never really good at talking. But after my first couple months, once I got used to it, it got super easy because I started to think of it as every no is one step closer to a yes. So I feel like that my mindset shifted, and that's where I started producing a lot more.
Dude, that's a huge deal, bro. One of the best pieces of advice I got from Zach T was go for no, because for me, I had to get 9 no's in order to get my yes. So if I was on no 7, I was like, heck yeah, I got 2 more to go, and then boom, my yes. And then I started knowing my averages. Then it was 7 no's, and then it was 5, then it was 3, and then it was typically 2. And I was like, okay, I got my 2 no's for the day. This third one definitely going to be a yes. So that's awesome, bro. And how about for you, man? You've been on the doors for how long?
Since 15.
How did you get on the doors at 15 years old?
My brother's a dog. He'd bring me everywhere. So when he started in solar, he was around 19. I was 14. When he turned 20, Yeah, I was 15. And I have videos of us on the doors. I would just watch him. And then,
I want to see one after this.
yeah, I'll show you. But I started setting at 15. I didn't start closing till I was 18.
Mm-hmm. And what did the doors teach you?
You have to learn how to make it for yourself. I'd get dropped off at 8 in the morning, no food, no nothing, and get picked up at 9 or 10 p.m. I'd have to go find food on the doors, go find water on the doors. You have a bathroom, you better go, or you need a bathroom, you better go figure it out. Everything was just go figure it out.
How uncomfortable was that for you?
In the beginning, super, because I was just I was shy. I'm still shy,
Yeah.
but like when you're forced to go figure it out, you have no other option. So it's just like you have to figure it out. There's no and, if, or buts, because you're going to call your mom or like you're going to make it work. And the option wasn't call my mom.
Did your brother put you in this position because he knew it was going to be for your own good, or was this something that you were seeking after?
So life insurance?
No, door to door.
Oh, door to door. Yeah, he put me in the position, one, because I was eager to learn. Like I would always kind of follow what he did, be around the same people that he was around. But it was also just preparing me to be like a man, you know,
Yeah.
go figure it out. Now that's why my mindset's pretty strong. It's just because like I've been figuring this stuff out for a while.
Yeah. Now, you guys both have developed so much discipline. I think one of my favorite qualities about you guys is how disciplined and committed you are to your goals, to your impact, to your vision, for you and your future families, which is super cool. How has it been living with one another?
It's super dope. We keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
So, and it's like kind of the same person.
Who wakes who up in the morning?
Now we got alarms. We'll be up.
So
Okay.
no one's kind of door hinging.
No.
Not at all.
Because that means you just don't really want it. Like you got to be up for yourself. Nobody's here to babysit each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's good. I built my whole career on habits and just really getting my personal development right, because this business isn't that hard, dude. Can you show up with good energy, carry a good attitude, be willing to learn, and then just do that for a really long time, you're going to make a ton of money. But what would you guys say are the habits that are pivotal to your success right now?
I'd say staying in the gym. It's not just for like your physical body. Like, yeah, you can look good as well. But two, it's just like having to get up at the early wake up time and go to the gym. It's like not every day you're going to want to do that. But the days that you force yourself, those are the days you have 5, 6K, 7K in production. And it's just because like, dude, you ended up forcing yourself out of bed to go and get it, you know? And a lot of the days that we feel the best, we don't even end up closing. But when we do, it's just because the habits have been so dialed in to where it's just a matter of time where we start to just rip.
Yeah. You said something, and I don't know if you remember this, but it's actually like really impacted me. You said you're having a really bad week, quote unquote bad. You're at like 3K, and it was like Friday or something. I was like, how are you doing this week? And you're like, I'm excited. Like, I feel amazing. And I was like, okay, like, where's that coming from? You're like, well, every single day I've hit my habits. I've hit everything that I told myself I would do. And so I don't care if the numbers come because I'm holding true to my standard. And that was really cool because I think a lot of people, they build their identity based on, did I hit this sales? Am I the $10,000 producer? But y'all are building your identity on, am I hitting the habits that actually create the $10 million man? You know what I mean?
100%. And I always look
I think
at it.
that's really amazing for you guys, bro.
Thanks, Don. I always look at it as like, where am I going to be when I'm 30 years old? Yeah, I'm going to be a dog, like a savage, a good role model, a good leader. Going to have a lot of people making a lot of money. Going to be a good son to my parents, a good father.
Yeah.
It's just like right now, it's just the little rocket ship about to take off.
Have you ever seen this poster of Michael Jordan with his wingspan out? And it's actually like a real life poster of his wingspan.
I don't think so.
So it's, whatever, 7, 8. I don't know how big it is. It's freaking big. It's Michael Jordan, right? But I used to have that hanging up in my studio apartment. And my studio apartment was, honestly, bro, about half the size of this. I slept on a mattress pad this big. But when I would wake up, so I was like y'all, I'd wake up 4:30 in the morning, and then I would just kind of sit, like register my body. But then in like 15 minutes, I was always like working out. I was doing YouTube workouts, Bully Juice.
No. Bully juice.
Yeah, Bully Juice on YouTube. Anyways, I'd watch his stuff and I'd do workouts. But I would look at this poster of Michael Jordan and I'd be doing burpees and all this stuff. And I was just looking and I always just like envisioned my kids one day asking, me, their pops, like, how did you do it? How did you build this life? And like just the character of who I was. And that always inspired me of like, one day I get to tell my children, this is how we have the life that we have, is because of moments like this. And you've brought that up a couple of times where you're like, I want my kids to see me. This is what I want to represent as a father. So for you, who's a role model in your life that you look up to? Is it your big brother?
Yeah, my dad, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, they've paved the way. Like, without them, I don't know what I would have been doing,
What sticks out to you? Like, what's your brother's name?
Luis.
What's one thing about Luis that sticks out to you?
Accountability, for sure.
And what does that look like in action?
High standards, early wake up, gym, get your stuff done, show love to the parents, show love to me, Every box is getting checked.
How much older is he than you?
5 years.
And so did you watch that like at a young age, like when you're like 8 to 12, like him up early, discipline in the gym? Like, was he an athlete, or when did you start noticing this about your brother?
Yeah, so he started off playing basketball and then he got into MMA.
Oh, nice.
And when he started training and having fights, he was just always locked in, always locked in.
Yeah, dude, fighters have the craziest discipline because, bro, your life's on the line in there. I mean, you really can get in the octagon and like, it's, bro, kill or be killed.
Yeah. And then he ended up getting in a fight at a club and broke his hand, and that's how he got into door-to-door. So he was just knocking with a cast.
Wow.
In the summer, exactly like that. And then that's when he found door-to-door, and that's kind of what shot us up, like, business-wise, and the mentality through the business.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. Like, think about that. You just said shot up, because I think athletics is great. But, dude, there's nothing more competitive than sales.
Yeah.
There's nothing where you can be surrounded by a team of absolute dogs and you have to like scoreboard zero on a daily basis. It's you versus the guy next to you in a healthy way, and y'all are going and competing, and the game is forever. And that's the fun thing about it, bro, is because you can be down for a long time, but as long as you stay consistent, bro, you're back up on top.
And it's dope too, because it doesn't matter what sales industry that you're in or what vehicle that you're selling. Like, I feel like I could go to the beach and go sell waters and still make more than 99% of people.
Yeah, because you can carry that trait wherever you go.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Harsh, for you, like, you're an amazing person as well, and I've always been really intrigued by your level of discipline and like how you've carried yourself. And your agent that was in town, remind me his name.
Jake Freeman.
Jake.
Yeah.
Jake was great, bro. And he was saying, like, I've never met someone like as honest, hospital, great, as Harsh. Where does that come from?
For sure, from both my parents and my brother. It's just how I was taught.
Yeah. So who's like your role model in your life?
My dad, for sure. Mm-hmm.
And so what have you picked up from your pops?
Growing up, he was born in Kenya. So he had a couple businesses. Yeah. So
Nice.
he had a couple businesses. He was one of the wealthiest people there. And the amount of times he got, my language, but fucked up by his family, amount of times he got shit taken away from him. And he kept bringing it back up and up. And then the reason we moved to the U.S. was because he was tired of all that. He came here with $1,000.
Wow.
And then he built up everything. Bought a home, did business, and raised 2 kids.
Yeah. And where do you see yourself when you're 30 years old?
A savage.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
what does
Father,
your
brother.
lifestyle look like?
A what?
What does your lifestyle look like?
Doing everything I want. Traveling, being there for my kids, my mom, my brother, friends.
Yeah. That's cool. Do you feel like life insurance will get you there?
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Andres?
Yeah, 100%.
That's awesome, dude. So we talked about some habits, and you said the gym. What's one habit that's also been a really big pillar?
One habit. Honestly, everything. It all comes down to my schedule.
Yeah, schedule's crazy.
Yeah, if I check up all my boxes, I have a whiteboard. He has the same thing.
What's your whiteboard?
So my first thing is text my mom and brother daily,
Every day.
every day.
Are you
text
serious?
or call? Right. If I
hope
can't
my-
call
Ma,
them,
if you're listening to this, I need to step my game up. You know how much I love you, Ma. I do everything for you. Look, I got a picture of you right here.
don't fall, Wiley.
Ma, they don't want to.
We believe you.
You're
We
too
believe you. It's
beautiful,
there,
okay.
guys. It's there. But yeah, so text and call, either one of those, right? If I don't get time to call, which I mean, you should always have time to call your parents.
Yeah.
But that's one of them. Hit the gym, right? Whether it's just a couple push-ups, sit-ups, like at least have some type of workout.
Yeah.
You know, some days are rough. Then for me, it's 8 hours of intentional dialing. Just because of school, I'm getting more classes now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it for me.
Yeah. So you guys are doing 8 hours of intentional dialing, 5 or 6 days a week.
6.
6. You know what's cool is Saturdays is called Separation Saturday, as we all know. And like this Saturday, we had Tucker Devlin, who's 19-year-old. He could be 18.
A dog.
Yeah, a dog.
Yeah.
You know, there's only a handful of guys in the office, and he's dialing. Client gets on with him, $423 a month or plus, $5,000 sale. It's like those are the moments, bro, that really, you know, make or break your trajectory here. Have you guys had any moments like that?
100%. So even last Saturday, I was able to put up 2 policies. I was stuck at $8,000. I was like, damn, I know I'm going to hit this, but who's going to be the person that I have to help to hit this?
Amen.
And then it was a sweet old lady, a lay down. She got messed up, put on a 2-year wait period, ended up getting her immediate coverage. Boom, number 1. Number 2, old guy on government assistance with his housing, has talked to a million agents. He just said I stood out to him. And the reason being, I was like, sir, just don't mistake my passion for pressure. Like, I'm here to protect your family.
Where'd you learn that?
Ethan. Yeah,
Fire,
Ethan
dude.
Fox.
That was my favorite line.
And I think he got it from Caleb, and Caleb probably got it from you.
It's crazy, like the knowledge that gets passed down.
100%. And you just have to
But
use
it's
it.
true.
For sure. And he's like, no, I understand. And he wanted to let me off the phone. I was like, no, like, we're not done. You know, like, this isn't done. You would have already had it done if it was important. But now it's important. We're on the phone. Let's just get it over with.
Was it hard for you to be like, you know, not, I'll use the word assertive. And I think when people hear that, they associate with something negative. But we got to understand, like, as men, our job is to lead, guide, and direct people, our wives, our children, and it's to be the authority, right? Was that hard for you to do when you first came in?
Nah, not at all.
Yeah,
It's
you've
just
been
because
a boss, huh?
No, I just lay it
Andre
down
the
in
boss.
I'd lay it down in a house in person. And if you could do it in person, you could for sure do it over the phone.
Yeah. How much easier is it since you've been face to face on the doors compared to this?
I'd say it's easier, but to an extent, it's more difficult. And the reason being it's a little bit more difficult is like when I was selling solar, I'd have people feel all the emotions. I was able to use my body language, my tone. They'd see my facial expressions. Over the phone, it's just your tone. So it's super important that 1, your energy's super high, and then 2, that you're enthusiastic about the job. Because if you sound like this, it doesn't really sound like you care, no way you're going to make more money than somebody that's fired up.
Yeah. No, that's good, dude. Yeah, I love this story about when you were at, what was it on a Friday?
I think it was $8,000.
And then didn't you do like 18K?
No, I ended up the week at 22K by Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, think about that, bro. It's Friday night. You're at 8,000, and then you just boom, 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 chip up to 22. And a lot of people, bro, at that, they're like, like 8K, that's good enough. Or maybe I'll just dial half a day on Saturday in hope to get to. But you're like, no. This is a must. This is a necessity. And like the way that you're pushing yourself, bro, it's cool to see.
And it's just the terminology, like I always have in the house with us and everybody that comes on. It's even if it doesn't happen, I know I gave it 110%. It'll happen next week.
Yeah.
And if you just live by that, like eventually it's going to start to click.
100%. Harsh, have you had any moments in your business that were like really make it or break it for you in the beginning?
Not really. It was always consistency. Like I was just always consistent.
Yeah, because if you can do that, you don't have bad weeks. You might have a bad day,
Exactly.
but
I got this from, not sure who it was, but I don't even have bad days. I have bad minutes, a bad hour, but then it's like, what is there to be negative about?
Yeah, dude. I mean, life and death in the power of the tongue. And like, bro, if you say something's gonna be bad, then you start viewing things as bad. But if you say it's all a blessing, regardless of the circumstance, like it's just gonna be a blessing, bro.
Exactly.
It's gonna be good. So you guys have moved down here and committed, 3, 4, 5 months to Austin. What have been a couple of the key takeaways from being here?
Yeah. One thing is you're just so much more locked in, right? Back home in Florida, we both grew up together. We have a bunch of friends. We have our family over there. So it's like when we're living together and we're coming in the office, it's not like, oh, come help me with this. Come do this. We have a family dinner here. We have this person's birthday to go to. There's no distractions. It's just work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's amazing, bro. It's pretty freaking crazy the life that we live.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's actually insane. Like, we wake up together, we go to the gym, and we all do a morning training. That's awesome. Then we all die all day. We go outside, eat some solid lunch, bro. Go to the gym, call it a day. On the weekends, we go and have a great time. Like, we went and freaking turned up in Denny's. You guys were out of control there.
we were out of there.
You guys were out of control, bro.
On the tables.
On the tables.
Yeah. Do you have a wild side to you?
I do. Like, I can get active for sure.
Yeah.
It's just depending on like who I'm with.
Yeah.
And I was told this, especially after what I went through in Puerto Rico, is you have to go through seasons with people. If they haven't been through the spring is when you first meet somebody, spring chick and everything's cool. You guys connect. The summer's when stuff starts to get active. You guys, the ball has been rolling for a little bit. You guys are making money. Everything's jolly. The fall is one little mistake happens. You or the other person messes up. You guys start to argue a little bit. And then the winters, if you guys start to butt heads a little bit, will that person fold?
Yeah.
And going through all of those seasons, it taught me one thing. Like, that's who you can really show yourself to if they've been seasoned with you.
Yes. That is one of the coolest analogies I've ever heard. It's a great way to view a relationship with a woman too, dude.
100%.
It's always the honeymoon phase in the beginning.
Yeah.
And
Especially for you, it's got to be difficult, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, with the position that I'm in, the money and the community and, like, honestly, the kingdom that I've been able to build, it's just like checking people's motives. But I think if you looked at me, like, if I was walking on the street, I don't know if you know I'm wealthy.
No, you are pretty goofy for sure.
Yeah.
But then you also have a side to you where it's like you can lock in.
Yeah.
Like very lock in. But how do you kind of pick a girl apart and like know if she's there for the money? Because eventually the money's going to come for us. But we're without a girl,
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think so. There's 3 things that are going to take us out of business quicker than anything. And if you also just look at history, you look at the kings back in the day, the wisest man that ever lived was Solomon. You look at King David. Do you guys know the story of King David?
I think you mentioned it once.
So, dude, he's out on his balcony. I'm going to sum it up. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, on anything, okay? But they're all out at war. And there's this woman, Bathsheba, and she's bathing. And he sees her and essentially calls her up to his room, and he sleeps with her. And Bathsheba is the wife to, like, one of his core leaders in the army. And then he finds out that he got her pregnant. This is one of the greatest kings inside of the Bible, right? And so he calls back the general, and he's like, come back, like, get some rest. And he's like, no, I'm not going to leave my mission. I'm not going to leave the men that I'm with. Like, I'm going to continue to stay in the fight. Freaking beast. So King David's like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm such a bitch. But he's like, no, come back. So he comes back, and he's like, you like sleep with your wife, like stay with her. He's like, no, and he sleeps outside of the house. And he literally sleeps outside of the house. He won't even sleep with his wife. And then what does he do to get?
He sends him back into the war.
And kills him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so since he doesn't sleep with his wife, because he wants them to bang, so it's like, oh, you got her pregnant. Then he sends his general back into the war and gets him killed in the front lines, right? And then wise counsel comes into David's life and shares a story with him. And David's like, oh, like off with that guy's head. And his buddy's like, that's you. He's like, you're that guy in the story I just told. And then he just starts weeping and wailing. And there's a Psalms where he talks about like he just cries out to the Lord and he turns to repentance and he turns his back against the sin and he walks in the opposite direction. And I think that's a really cool story because it shows that God leaves nothing to waste. Like all the bad things that we've faced in our life and the struggles and the people that have passed and the bad situations that we've put ourselves in or been in has all been to develop a character inside of us. I think that's really cool. But to go back on what you asked me is there's 3 things that are going to take us out, right? It's going to be women, bro. It's better to live on the corner of your roof than to be with a quarrelsome woman. Imagine you're like sitting like this, like on the corner of your roof, than a woman that always in a constant quarrel with you, arguing, bickering back and forth. It's what does it say? It says marrying a woman, like a quarrelsome woman, is like a consistent leaking of your roof. Is that right, Colin? I'm trying to quote. I'm for everyone watching that are like
It's like trying to sleep and you hear a constant dripping.
constant dripping in your roof. Like imagine you had a never-ending drip in your house. That would be like marrying the wrong woman, right? That'd be a freaking pain in the butt, right?
Yeah, it'd drive you crazy for sure.
So that's women. Number 2, alcohol and drugs. And then number 3, which for men, I think is the sneakiest one, is pride and ego, right? Because your ears can be closed to so much good insights, but you're not willing to hear it, and then you don't follow suit. You don't follow what the successful people do, right? So I think as men, like we need to be really mindful of those 3 things, but there's 2 things that I work through in terms of like who I let into my life and who like I'm going to pursue. One is, do they amplify my life or do they anchor it? Because coming home to your wife at 6:30 p.m. isn't a bad thing. But is that what God put you on the earth for? I'm not sure. But I know for sure for me, I'm not going home and having a family dinner every single Monday through Friday. I never had that as a kid. My parents were split. I don't want to have a life like that. I think I'll have dinners with my boys and my girl, my daughter and my wife. But bro, I'm going to be on the road. I got the kingdom to serve and I'll definitely serve my family. So are they going to anchor me or are they going to amplify me? And then number 2 is, do they lead me closer to the Lord or do they lead me further? Right? Because any action that we do as of today is a simple framework as, does this lead me closer to my goal or further away from my goal? There's no in between. It's either this side or this side. Mm-hmm. And so I think I look through those lenses, honestly, Andres, and dude, I mean, I fall short, bro. Like,
it's hard. It's hard for sure.
Pretty women are really awesome, especially when they're cool and fun, and you know, if they fear God a little bit, you're willing to negotiate on things, and I think that's the tough part about it. But yeah, dude, I think it's been cool. But I think what we have here is really special. Of like, dude, we have such an incredible community. Like, have you guys ever been a part of a community like this?
I haven't. I mean, I'm just used to kind of being on the road, door to door.
Yeah.
I've never really worked in an office before either, so it's different.
What's your guys' favorite part about like being here and with the guys?
All the things you can learn. There's always something to learn. Whether they're producing less, more, there's one thing you can always take away from somebody.
Yeah.
And it's not always like, what should I be doing from somebody? It's like, you can also see, what shouldn't I be doing? Like, why is that person getting that same result? Or why is that person getting that exact result? And why have they been there for a while? Mm-hmm. And you can kind of narrow it down and just like, my goal is not to take everything away from everybody. It's just, what can I pull from this person, this person, this person? And what can I give back? If I have somebody ask me a question, it's just like, I'll give all of the sauce. But if you ask the same silly questions without taking any notes, it's like, I don't have much more to pour into you.
So you said, what can I give back? when you guys end up passing away and, you know, your guys' legacy is coming to an end or just beginning, what do you plan on giving back?
I just want my children to be wise, because I know eventually I'm going to be like some cool uncle, some cool dad, some cool like wise person.
Yeah.
With a lot of money, with the wife. But if my children are weird, like I can't have weird kids. And they would be a direct reflection of me, you know?
You're a little weird, dude.
I'm not that weird, but I couldn't be weird. But they're going to be dogs too, savages as well. Whether it's my daughter, my son.
What does a dog mean to you?
Just somebody that's hungry, you know? Somebody that's going to keep on wanting to get it. Even if they're already getting it, and even if they're not, they just want to keep on going.
What are they chasing, though?
Chasing becoming a better person, because there's always like things you can get. Eventually, for me, it's like financially, I'm not in a position where I want to be, but I'm good enough where I can keep on doing what I'm doing and blessed enough to be able to continue to get more, you know? But eventually the M's are going to come, the tens of M's are going to come. Hopefully we touch the nines, the 9 figures. And it's just like, that's going to come, but I have to be the person that deserves it, you know? So it's just building that man that's able to maintain the money, get the money, keep it, and be able to pass on the wisdom to the kids.
That's good, dude. How many kids do you want?
Like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It's subject to change, though.
Like more?
Yeah, more.
Yeah. What about you, Harsh?
That's a good question. I've thought about it a lot.
Yeah, I can tell. You're a thinker.
Yeah. For sure, at the end of the day, leave behind a legacy, just a good person. There's not many good people out there. You know, like a genuine good person who was always trying to help, give back. I'm a lot about giving back to people. Like growing up, like my mom would give me lunch money for school, and I'd buy other people lunches too.
It's fire, dude.
And then my mom would kind of get mad at me, and I'm like, I just wanted to help. It just genuinely helps me feel better. Like it just makes me better.
Yeah. It's cleansing to the heart.
Exactly.
Was that cool when we went out and we fed the homeless this weekend?
Yeah, because back in Florida, me, my dad, my mom, my brother, we'd always go feed the homeless. We pack like turkey sandwiches
For real?
with like an apple. And I haven't gone to do that since we got here. So I was telling him, I was like, that's dope that we're going to do it.
Dang. That's sick. So you've gone out and done that before?
Oh, 100%. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I have like protein bars or some bars and water bottles in the car.
Yeah.
Not here, but back in Florida,
Yeah.
I always used to do that. So it's pretty cool.
It is.
I just want to say something. Harsh was always the first person to break bread with somebody. Like the first person. Like genuinely the first person to break bread with somebody. You need something, he'd come through for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing, bro. Like, there's friends that are closer than brothers, you know? And I don't have siblings, but, dude, I got a really big family. And I'm just super blessed to have, you know, just like amazing people in my life that I do consider brothers and bros, closer than a lot of my family members, honestly, just because we have different paths and views on stuff. Okay. I want to wrap up just by saying a couple things, but for the person listening to this, how old are you guys?
19.
19.
You know, it's really unique because when I was 19 years old, I woke up every day of my life and I would have a bottle of Jack Daniels or some type of vodka in front of me. And, dude, I blacked out over 365 days in a row.
Holy
Yeah.
I was on
Probation, and I beat up my best friend, beat the brakes off of him one night, and cheated on my girlfriend a lot, and did all this stuff. And it's just been phenomenal to see like how young you guys are, and also just like how much y'all have been growing, because dude, there's so many 19-year-olds, I mean, that are lost, that are going to be CNAs and don't really want to do that are going to knock the doors and don't want to do that are in a position like mine that don't want to do that. But you guys' goals are so big, and if anyone walks in this room, they naturally grow through osmosis, and their vision gets bigger for their life through other people's visions. So I think that's really cool. But if you had to talk to your younger self in that moment of whatever time you want to pick, but that one hard time where you're facing a lot of challenges, that rock bottom moment in your life, what would you tell?
Live in the moment. Just live in the moment. Don't think about what's going to happen because of this. Don't think about what is going to change. Just live in the moment.
Did you not do that?
Yeah, there's times where it's like, for example, my dad, he was in the hospital for like 3 years, 5 years actually, 2020. That's when both his kidneys were failed.
Mm-hmm.
He had dialysis. And every day there was like a worry. Like, is this the last day? But it's like I wasn't living in the moment. Like, he was there.
Yeah.
So that's for sure one thing.
Yeah, that's good. Do you feel like you're better at that now?
I think so.
Is it because of that circumstance?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's a hard one, bro. And it's powerful now that you have that, because you're going to be holding your kids one day. And, a lot of us, I think we could, we have this idea of like, oh, when we have kids and we have the wife, we're going to slow down. But like, we all know, dude, like we're always thinking about working.
Yeah.
I think men are wired. Well, we are wired by God to work. But at the same time, like knowing when to turn it off and to sit and be present. So that's cool, bro. What about you, big dog?
I'd say treat people better, for sure.
What was your rock bottom?
Rock bottom, it was like around 2 years ago where I just had a lot of stuff going on,
What do you mean by a lot of stuff?
like relationships wise and friends wise. And the reason I'm so big on the seasons thing is
You had
because
people switching up on you?
yeah, and it was all due to my mistake, but I thought even if I was going through some rough shit or like did something, they'd be there for me. But it was the opposite. They were there for the other person. And I'd say just treat people better, because I could have avoided the whole situation had I had treated that person better. But at the end of the day, it's like that's what gets you to learn. That's what gets you to appreciate what you truly have in front of you, for sure.
What did you do?
I was just cheating a lot on my girlfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, she was God-fearing, always in the Word, and super forgiving. So that's where I was just walking all over her.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's crazy because like being able to be in a relationship like that where a woman does forgive us, like, bro, that's a real life example of like the way that Christ forgives us, bro.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool and amazing, that they're willing to do that, because, bro, I wouldn't forgive myself.
Me either.
I would have walked if anyone
Same.
did that to me.
Same. And any little thing she'd do, I'd get distant, but she was never that type.
Yeah.
So it was just, we weren't seeing eye to eye, for sure.
Yeah, dude, I think that's awesome. And I appreciate both of you guys being super vulnerable. And I think that's really important, just because, like, dude, we're all human beings and everyone has walked in a dark place. It's definitely all different stories, but same type of darkness. And so just to wrap up with some positivity in here, 2026 is a phenomenal year. It's going to be the best year of your guys' life as so far, because it's only going to go up from here. But where do you guys see yourself at the end of 2026?
Teams doing at least $1 million a month. And just build up like literal killers, like dogs. People that want it, people that are hungry, and if you don't want it, you're getting cut. Like, straight up. Because the standard will be high, and people who maintain a low standard are getting cut immediately.
What type of person are you looking for?
Somebody that was either an athlete or was really good at whatever they did before. Because typically the people who focus in on something can focus in on something else and get good at it.
What about a guy, I wasn't good at anything before this? Would you cut me?
Well, it just depends on your actions. Like for me, knowing what I've heard from like Zach T and stuff, like where I'm at right now, like you being a goober at 19, like I probably would say yeah, because I don't know how that would mix in with the other people that are hungry.
I was smoking your numbers, bro, when I was 19.
I bet, but at the same time, it's like if you were a brand new person and you were just getting blacked out, like we don't have too much in common, you know?
No, I wasn't doing any of that when I started. I luckily cleaned myself up for 14 months before I found this, which was good.
Then you would have been a higher.
Yeah.
And if you were genuinely working, doesn't matter if you were producing or not, but if you were working and you were trying to learn asking good questions, then you're not going to get cut.
Yeah. I think that's what the most important thing is because I've never cared about people's backgrounds. I've only cared about their heart posture, their commitment, and their willingness to learn and their gratitude. If they're super grateful, they show up every freaking day, they are progressing, and their heart posture is to go and help the families, help their family. I'm like, dude, how could I ever give up on that person, bro? You know?
Facts. No, for sure.
And so I think, yeah, but like if you want to go and build savages, bro, like, dude, Jesus' disciples were goobers. Like they were idiots, bro. But 12 men built the biggest organization known to mankind. And it started with 12 guys that never would have been chosen, right?
Yeah, it's a fact.
And so the more broken you are, the easier it is for you to be dispersed. That makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think that would be cool. But a lot of people you'll overlook, they'll actually do really big things in your business. So just don't overlook that. Because I would have been overlooked.
For sure.
And we did 94 million last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What about personal production?
At least 450.
Yeah. What's yours? 451?
Honestly, I'm not too worried about it. Like, I know I'm going to hit Hall of Fame, right?
Lightweight.
Yeah. Like, I know I'm going to hit consistent 40K months on average. Some months are going to be lower. Some months are going to be way higher. But main focus for sure on team building. Want to hit $1 million a month by the end of the year.
That's good. That's good. I mean, you're posting a lot. It's fire. We went viral.
Yeah, we did.
We're
It's
still
at 800K now.
I still look down and I get likes, comments, follows from that video. How many follows did you get from that video?
I think like 1,200.
Bro, I know. It's been
Yeah.
insane.
It's crazy.
We should record one after this.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to say is, like, if you're young, while you're doubting yourself, others are fearing your potential. For sure. Like, you have a lot in the tank. I don't know which camera I'm looking at, but you have a lot in the tank, and it's just plugging into people who'd actually believe in you a little bit more than you believe in yourself, and just the ability to prove them right. You know, there's people that you want to prove wrong, but prove the people that are supporting you right. They want to see you win.
That's good, dude. Harsh, can you hit us with the mic drop? Go Beta.
Go Beta.
Any last thing that's on your heart that, you know, if there's a 18-year-old guy watching this or a young man watching this, anything you want to wrap with?
Just put your all in. Just put your back to the wall and just have this as your last opportunity. And if you act like it is, then there's no way you don't succeed.
Let's
Just
freaking go.
People coming straight out of high school doing this.
Yeah,
Like,
and crushing it at a really, really, really high level. So if anyone wants to work with you guys, what's the best way to get a hold of y'all?
Instagram, just DM us.
And what's your Instagram?
Hershey03.
Hershey.
Yep.
Fire.
And then mine's Andreas_Calvillo10.
Calvillo.
Mm-hmm.
Cavilloo.
Calvillo.
All right, or y'all can just hit me up.
Or hit me up.
Or hit me up. We both need recruits.
Nah, I'm just playing, man. Hit these boys up. These guys are some really talented individuals. I'm really just excited to see what you guys do. It's been a pleasure being in business with you guys. But yeah, let's make it a best year ever. Let's go. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks, Doc.
We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.